I've got several of these light fixtures in my shop, and this one right here, this is an old style. It's the big 40-watt fluorescent bulbs. This one, it's just kind of, one of the bulbs has gone bad, and it's just kind of glowing, and you can see it flickering a little bit. Whenever one bulb goes bad, they both kind of, they won't make their full output. So I might have some of these bulbs somewhere, but I don't like them. They're 40 watts each, and the new T8s are 30 watts each, and with the same light output. So, but I'm going to do something different to this fixture, and I'm going to go ahead and get up on the ladder and take it down, and then I'll get back with you. So I don't really like fluorescent lights. This ballast inside of them, they can actually get pretty warm. Actually, they'll get hot. So the last thing I really want is something else in here making heat during the middle of the summer. Also, in the wintertime, whenever it's cold, if the shop's not warm, it takes a little bit for them to get warmed up enough to actually make much light. So here's the ballast, and this thing is, I mean, you can touch it, but you can't leave your hand on there long. Also the bulbs will get a little bit warm too, but I'm going to take all this off because we're not going to use any of this. These will slide right out. This will slide right out. And wow, it's actually pretty hot. Little dirt dauber nest. These end pieces here are, there was a diffuser that went on here, and I've never even had it, the diffuser for any of them. So while I got this down, I'm gonna go ahead and take these end pieces off. It just makes it look a little bit cleaner. On the back side. Don't need any of this. A lot of dead bugs up underneath there. Okay. I'm going to clean this up a little bit and then I'll get back with you and tell you what we're going to do. I picked up these ballast bypass LEDs, 18 watt T8 style LED, 48 inches long. So these are the same as your T8 fluorescent bulbs. They're just LEDs and ballast bypass. So this ballast that I took out, you don't need it. These will just be wired straight up. Say 18 watts each versus the other bulbs are 40 watts each. These don't get hot. They don't have a ballast that gets hot. So you're talking 36 watts total versus 80 watts total before. And these are 220 or 2200 lumens. I'm not sure how many lumens those other bulbs are. These are a bit brighter. Those other ones are probably like 2000, somewhere in that range. All right. So these are about, I think, $15 a piece. And then I also picked up 4 of these. These are just the pieces that were on the end that hold the bulbs in. You might not need these. I went ahead and got them since these other ones are so old. Actually, these aren't in terrible shape. Sometimes on these old fixtures, it's just replacing these. They're the exact same thing and they'll fit in there. But sometimes these are broken. So usually these are only about $1 a piece. So I picked these up. And I just picked up a little bit of wire, and it doesn't have to be very big wire. You can, pretty much any hardware store, you can buy some wire by the foot. You can just pick up 3 or 4 feet, and it's not very much. It was $36 total for all of this. So I know that's more than bulbs, but as much as I use the lights out here, as long as they're on, it doesn't really take that long to add up in your electric bill. Okay, so bring this back over here. I need to get these. I need to use this metal bracket here again, and this one is, these have a screw and a nut that holds them in, and then they just come out. Come on. Just like that. Don't need any of that stuff. And then these new ones, instead of needing a screw to hold them in, they got these tabs. And they just pop in like that. You do need, for these ballast bypass LEDs, you do need these to be non-shunted. I'm not sure if these old ones are or not. I have no idea. I know these aren't, so. This other one. Now, I can throw away this whole deal. Oh, I was going to mention, you don't necessarily need to buy some wire. You can use this wire that's already in here. The reason I didn't is because these things are so old. This has got that insulation on this wire, is that kind of braided looking stuff. I don't know exactly what you call that, but it's just that kind of wire that's really old, and I don't, you know, it's frayed down here. And actually, it's frayed all up in here. So I didn't want to reuse that. But if you have a newer fixture and you're doing this, generally the wire inside is just fine to use. I'm gonna throw this whole thing away. Okay. Snap that one in. Snap that one in. Let's go back under here like this. And this one at this end. Actually, I don't want to do that. I'll leave that out for now. Okay, so you do have to hook these up with the right polarity. On the end here, there's an N and an L, neutral and live. So this will be where your hot side is, and this is your neutral wire right here. So I got this wire that's red and white. So my red will be my live and my white would be my neutral. And the other thing is, unlike the fluorescent bulbs, where they have to have they basically make a circuit, each end is connected. This other end, those are just there just to hold it in place. You don't have to connect it. So we only have to we'll only wire just one end. We'll just wire this end, I guess. It doesn't matter which one. And we'll just go from one of these to the other one there. Or we'll wire that end. Move that out of the way. So just strip some wire back. Let's see. And then on these, all you got to do, you just stick it in there. So we just need to make sure that we, so whenever we stick this in here, I'm going to have my live on this side and my neutral on this side. Okay, so I want to put my red wire on this side here, my white wire on this side. Okay, and then cut off about 5 or 6 inches here. Strip both ends of these. And then we're going to go from this one. There's two for each side here. There's 2 holes. We'll go stick that red one in there, and then it's going to go to this one over here, and then white, on this side, and white to over there. Okay. So basically we got these wired up the same way. White is on this side, red is on this side. White is on this side, red is on this side. And that's all the wiring we need. This one down here, it's just going to be there just to hold the bulbs in. We don't need to do anything. So stick that one in there. Let me go ahead and strip some wire on this end. This is where we're going to hook into our box that's in the ceiling. Then we'll just use wire nuts to connect to those. The wires come out of the ceiling, out of the box there, and just use wire nuts just the same way it was hooked up before. So make sure. You just got to make sure that when you put these in there, the bulbs in there, that because you got to stick them in, you know, just like all the fluorescents, and then twist them. I don't think you'll do any damage if they're backwards. I just think they won't come on. So, and then the other one will go in there. And then I'll be putting this cover back on there. But I need to put this light back up there again first. So let's get the light back on the ceiling, put the bulbs in, and we'll see how it looks. And there it is. All right. We wired it up right and got the bulbs installed right on it. And it's much brighter than these other ones. You might not be able to tell, but comparing these two here right next to each other, it's quite a bit of difference. And keep in mind, this duller one is taking 80 watts, and this one's taking 36 watts, like I mentioned earlier. So this is the fourth one I've done in here, and I just got these two right here left to do. And I got some other fixtures in here. They're the T8 style. So yeah, they're 60 watt total, and I'll do those one day, but I'm not in as big of a hurry. So, all right, hope you guys enjoyed.